Let's go!
I needed, and I've been needing to do a channel update with all these people over here and everybody that's watching on YouTube. There are some things I need to announce here, other things I got to sort of talk about, because my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel have been significantly compromised of my overall attention in almost the entirety of 2024. And that isn't just because, oh, all these games came back and all this stuff. And like, no, all the dreams came true. Like everything that we've ever wanted is happening this year. My bigger problem is that my stream ability and my ability to pay attention and make sure all the YouTube stuff is happening the exact same ways I want it has not been entirely there, because I started working on a game in 2024 around the end of April. And ever since then, that game has been almost every single day in that time frame a huge focus of mine, and it's our giant mod project for MVCI Beyond. The game has also ended up costing me 5+ figures in my overall personal contribution to get everybody on board and doing stuff. It's been very expensive. It will cost nothing. It's completely free, but it's like a deep, satisfying thing that I just want to make happen. And I'm not even done paying. Like I still am going to owe a lot of people some definite money on this. So it's been one of the most expensive things I've ever done, and we're just releasing it for free. So it isn't like, oh, I'm going to get some comeuppance back from this in terms of sales. That does not exist. It is in the same way when I put out the bounty for the MVC mod thing for like $5,000 a couple years ago, and Nice showed up and fulfilled it. I was glad to do that because that allowed the MVC3 community to significantly grow with their mod scene. And it was amazing. And now that game has a shit ton of characters. I ultimately realized through this entire process that becoming a dev, a director, and a direct developer on this stuff has been extremely taxing, and it's a lot of fucking work. And we've made ridiculous progress for people that are kind of doing things in whatever time they have to spare. And I've been probably as focused on this as I possibly can than any project in a very long time. And it's probably the longest project I have been attached to outside of Killer Instinct when I was officially working on Killer Instinct. With that being said, what happened to YouTube and Twitch? Well, my stream times just got later and later. My availability to stream, I would just be burned out and super tired by the end of streams and stuff. Not to mention, like, I'm still in the days I'm a dad and I'm doing like dad stuff. Even my availability to have access to like dad stuff has gone down. I just don't have nearly as much time, and it's actually like having a substantial impact on some of those things. So don't burn myself out. You're 4 months too late, dude. So long story short, I'm just juggling way too many things on top of like 4 other kind of mini jobs that I'm doing in between all this stuff. That's had an impact. It's like a lot of the YouTube consistency stuff wasn't there. I haven't been able to directly be one-on-one with my YouTube team of like editors and just sort of like give them anything they need to make stuff happen. On Twitch directly, my stream times have gotten later and later, if not just had to stop streams entirely because I've solved something and now I have to get it done, or else I'm going to forget about it. I've put in like, I honestly think like over 1,000 to much more than that hours of attention, and definitely thousands of hours of attention and time into MVCIB over this past like 7-8 months we've been working on it. To be real, that has to change. And there's some things that are going to be changing, and this is my big announcement. In the next week or so, for everybody that's excited about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond, our next demo is coming, so I'm super busy right now. I'm ridiculously busy right now trying to get everything from every piece. We have so many assets into our game that I want to show off and get in there, but there's so many pieces and elements and so many meetings I'm having and contacts and rehearsals and all of this stuff with all these other folks that are contributing to our project that I'm trying to do my best to make sure everybody has the things they do to get it into the game. Because now we have so many things, it's just getting it into the game. So we're gonna have a demo next week. I think it's gonna be the 23rd. It's just in about 8 days at about 8 o'clock, our usual stream time. So we're gonna have our MVCI Infinite and Beyond direct in just over a week from now on the 23rd. So that's my big announcement. My next big announcement is that something else happened that you either might not or may not be aware of, and I've talked about it a few times before, but I am no longer a contracted Twitch partner. Long story short, Twitch kind of just like phased all that shit out. It's gone now. So the folks that were effectively like working directly with Twitch and working on like the advertising system and all that kind of stuff, this started when they just didn't have any way to run ads on the website at all. that was a priority. And this isn't a jab at Twitch. To be completely honest, I was like the last one. I think it might have been me and Co Carnage. We were, no kidding, like the last ones. It isn't that it's the general partnership. No, the partnership is one thing, but actually being signed with Twitch exclusively on this website, only streaming from this website. And I can say personally, over the pandemic, the past 4 years, I got offers from several different websites that could have been a massive opportunity, incredibly huge opportunity that would have just set me for life. But to be completely honest with you, I didn't want to take those despite how generous they were when they were signing people years ago. I should have. Everything I think I should have done in hindsight, I should have done. Because I didn't want to lose my chat. And ultimately, I didn't want to lose the community I had and split them up in ways, because everything was about exclusivity, including Twitch for the longest period of time. That being said, I stayed on Twitch and just worked with their contract, and it was fine with me. Was it obviously as lucrative as, you know, some of the other big boys out there? It was not. But to me, it always felt like home. And that's kind of the thing that I appreciate about Twitch. It always feels like home to me. This feels like where I started streaming, and it feels like it's still going to be my priority streaming. However, I will say that with the opportunity I have now, I am no longer specifically bound to streaming on one platform anymore. And that has sort of moved away from Twitch's guidelines as well. Over the past 6 months to a year, Twitch is no longer forcing people to exclusively stream on one platform. With that being said, I very much want to also try streaming on YouTube at the same time as Twitch. I'm going to give multi-streaming a shot. The thing is, I don't know if this is going to work out because, you know, ultimately a lot of my viewership and audience is in one place right now for streaming. It's on Twitch. And if it really seems like it's detrimental towards like one side or the other, and like splitting the chat and all of that kind of stuff, if that doesn't really jive with me, I'm not going to say that I'm doing this permanently. I'm not. All I'm saying is that I want to give it a shot, and I want to sort of make it an experiment for the next little while. I don't know how we're going to handle VODs. I don't know how any of that stuff's going to be. I really don't. But we'll see. And ultimately, if I do get the ability to do so, I want to bring the emotes over, you know, the same sort of luxuries and features that people have on our Twitch chat, which I think is amazing, over to YouTube. But YouTube, the chat on YouTube is just going to be a much different experience, you know? So yeah, I mean, I'll obviously have to try to convert some of our mods, but that's just a lot, dude. And I'm not saying the chat on YouTube is just going to suck in general, because everyone says Twitch chat is also terrible, and mine is not, man. I'll be honest. My Twitch chat is not shitty, and I hold that very valuable. In fact, I hold that so valuable that I declined an absurd amount of money multiple times so that I can preserve that in some way. So with that being said, I want to try YouTube streaming. And there's a game, I was thinking, what do I do to start this? Do I start streaming Killer Instinct? Because that Killer Instinct was the thing that got me streaming on Twitch, you know? I'm going to stream on YouTube in slightly higher quality. It's going to be in 1440p because their system allows it, HEVC, higher bit rates, cool. But also 1080p and all the other lower qualities will be there. So I'm going to have some pretty great looking VODs that'll be showing up on YouTube. But I think there's one game, and there's like kind of an ongoing series I have where Max visits these classic titles, and I don't have much experience with them. Super Metroid, Mario 64, Legend of Zelda, these goofy games that I've effectively never played before. And there's one that over the past 6 months got a lot of notoriety because the hero protagonist, the female protagonist for this game, is apparently the most popular Capcom character ever. And it's Regina. In the spirit of October and Spooptober, I'm going to finish up Silent Hill 2, and I need to start up a Dino Crisis playthrough, first time blind, where I don't know anything, dude. I've played maybe 30 minutes of it, and I've forgotten all of it. And I've been a little critical on that Dino Crisis never really hooked me, but I'm going to sit down. I'm going to have it show up on a PS1, on an actual PlayStation 1. And for all you absolutely psychopathic Regina stans, all 17 of you, I'm caving. I'm going to play your game. I'm going to see what it's like. And I'm just going to let the game demonstrate itself to me. I did this before with other games like Code Veronica, all right? I did this, and it wasn't good for Code Veronica. You know, all things considered, revisiting that game was not particularly great like 6 years ago. I got peer pressured, and it seems appropriate for the time period. My first YouTube stream is going to be me playing Dino Crisis on a PlayStation 1 in like 1440p for the very first time. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's my big update. There's just been a lot of stuff. To be honest, you know, outside of me working on MVCIB and trying to manage like all of that and spitting on the mic, me trying to like still be a dad in the days on top of managing a YouTube channel and all of this, there's just so many fucking things that are going on that I'm gonna need to find some solace in here, some sort of balance in between all of these elements. And right now it feels like I should definitely try this YouTube streaming thing, and I should definitely focus on getting our 1.0 for MVCIB. So if you guys are looking for more information on that, I'll be talking about it a bit when we do our demo next week on the 23rd. Thank you all. Thank you guys for being here. I know a lot of people are already seeming pretty dang excited. Do I still have workout time? Dude, no. Have I been able to keep up with my physical fitness? No. I've been lucky if I work out 3 to 4 times a month. It's been brutal, and I want to get that back. I want that back, man. As I feel so much better. Like, I'm in such a better mood when I'm staying physically fit. I want that back. And my anxiety came back. My stomach problems came back. I'm like, brother, this is nuts. This is nuts. So anyway, we'll see.